Yes, Happy New Year and welcome to the year 2026. Yes, I want to say a very big Happy New Year to you all. Yes, I'm so sorry for the other video that I had a cut from the middle. Please pardon me a bit. So I had to do this also for you guys today. Yes, for the new year. All right. Um, for that reason, I'll be posting two episodes for you guys today. Yes, I think. Though, okay, it's down. No, yeah. For any other episode, I had to bring this because um, I kind of I've done the video, but I discovered that there wasn't an audio yesterday, so that's why I could not post it yesterday. So I had to do it this morning. All right, so I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for the little obstruction. Yeah, pardon me. All right, so let's get straight to business. All right, so it's Act of God's Captive into Quell of the Captive's Diary, episode 21, season finale, written by Precious Chiwo Obialor-Ukazim. So we are getting right into it immediately. So, the Potter's House yearly gathering of Sons conference had finally arrived. What had once lived only in prayer, planning meetings, and whispered anticipation now unfolded in full reality. Enugu State stirred with uncommon activity as thousands of people poured in from every corner of Nigeria and from different parts of the world. Hotels filled, roads buzzed, and the air itself seemed charged with expectation. For years, the conference had been personally hosted and overseen by Apostle Umnamdi, his presence forming the spiritual backbone of the gathering. But the previous year marked a significant turning point. With intentionality and peace, he had handed over the ministry to Uchenna, not out of exhaustion, but out of obedience, trusting the next generation to carry what had been faithfully built. Now, for the first time, Uchenna stood fully in charge of organizing the conference, and he did not take it lightly. Weeks before, Enugu had already begun to feel the impact: logistics teams moving in faith and efficiency, volunteers arriving early, prayer trains running day and night, banners bearing the conference theme lined major routes, and quiet conversation about this year will be different echoed everywhere. Though no longer the lead organizer, Apostle Namdi's presence was still felt deeply. He arrived without a fanfare, not as the center but as a father watching, praying, discerning. Many noticed how relaxed he looked, how settled. This was not a man struggling to let go, but one at peace with succession. Uchenna on the other hand carried both honor and holy pressure. He had inherited more than a pulpit. He had inherited a people, a vision, and a legacy. Yet there was a quiet confidence about him. He moved with clarity, surrounded by a team that understood the weight of the assignment. As the conference ground filled, worship rehearsals echoed into the evening. Sorry, sorry about that. There was This was more than an event. It was a continuation. Okay, as the conference ground filled, worship rehearsals echoed into the evening. Intercessors took their positions, and sons, both young and old, found their places with hearts open. This was more than an event, it was a continuation. A visible testimony that what is built on obedience does not collapse when leadership changes, it multiplies. As the lights came on and the first night drew near, one thing was clear: the gathering of sons had entered a new season without losing its soul. The first night, Uchenna went into his office and stood alone for a moment. The hum of thousands of voices seeped through the thick curtains. Prayer, laughter, screams of excitement, expectations colliding in the air. He adjusted his jacket slowly, not out of nervousness, but to buy himself a breath. This was different, not because the crowd was larger than previous year, it was. Not because the stakes were higher, they were, but because this time the responsibility stopped with him. They were on his shoulders, and if anything goes wrong, it all falls back on him. He closed his eyes briefly. Lord, please, they are here because you called them. Don't let them leave because I failed you. He prayed silently. So many thoughts pressed on his chest, not fear but holy weight. He had watched Apostle Namdi carry this conference year after year with steadiness and spiritual precision. He had seen the cost behind the grace. Now the baton rested firmly on his hands. According to the stage, the coordinator leaned in, prepared to welcome Uchenna to the pulpit in the next 5 minutes. But Shalom can't find her husband in the room. She had no idea when he left and where he was. Let's take a moment to get ourselves ready. Go ahead and pray in the Holy Ghost, because in the next 5 minutes we're stepping into the portals of breakthroughs and manifestations. Get yourselves ready within the remaining 5 minutes to step fully into what had already been decided in heaven. The coordinator said after the powerful administration that left everyone praying. Shalom looked around again, but Uchenna was not in sight, and she became worried. She had been working not with a microphone, not from the pulpit, but in the spaces that make ministry possible and sustainable. From the smallest, earliest planning stages of the gathering of Sons Conference, she had taken on the managerial weight, coordinating teams, aligning schedules, approving funds, overseeing logistics, responding to emails at odd hours, and resolving issues before they ever became visible problems. At the home front, she ensured that her husband and children were well cared for. Shalom carried the weight of Uchenna's calling as her home, believing that his success or failure rested in part on her stewardship. She was constantly attentive to his comfort, his peace of mind, and the unseen details that allowed him to stand fully prepared before God and his people. Just minutes before Uchenna was due to minister, she found him in the office. She hugged him from the back, adjusted his collar lightly, smiled, and said, "The stage is set. The world is waiting for you out there." She said, and Uchenna exhaled. "Don't worry. I prayed for you, and God already prepared the people just the way He has prepared you. Come with me," she added, taking him by the hand. "Help me stay out of the way so you can have your way." Uchenna whispered one last prayer as he followed his wife. Not loud, not long, but earnestly. From the front row, Apostle Nnamdi sat quietly, hands folded, eyes observant but peaceful. He wasn't anxious. That alone steadied Uchenna. If his father in the faith could rest, then so could he. The light dimmed. Worship rose, not as performance but as hunger. Thousands of hands lifted. The atmosphere thickened, unmistakable. This wasn't nostalgia for past conferences. This was fresh fire. When Uchenna finally stepped onto the stage, the atmosphere became more intense, but he didn't rush to meet it. He stood still, allowing the moment to settle. He looked out, faces young and old, sons who had traveled overnight, leaders who had come to connect, lives quietly desperate for direction. His heart pounded, not wildly but awake. As he raised the song, a hush fell. Then suddenly, something broke open in the room. The pressure shifted. It didn't disappear, it transformed. What had felt like weight now felt like grace in motion. His words flowed, not rehearsed, but anchored. Scriptures came alive, instructions landed cleanly. From his seat, Apostle Nnamdi smiled faintly. His ministry had not changed hands, it has grown new hands. Yeah. Remember the last prayer Uchenna made? Take me out of the way so that you can have your way, Lord. That prayer is a very strong one. Let me see if I can get it. So, help me stay out of the way, actually. Help me stay out of the way so you can have your way. That's the prayer, and I think that's a prayer everybody needs to make, because sometimes we don't know that we are even staying in the way and blocking the will of God from being done in our life, and maybe through us to other people. So we need to pray that God should please help us stay out of the way so that He can have His way. Wow. And this is just something that every father wants to see. Seeing that what was passed on did not change or did not break. That's the perfect peace a father can ever ask for from God. Knowing that the ministry left behind, God's work is in a good hands. So thank you very much for watching and for listening. And once again, Happy New Year. God bless you. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.